How do you know that you can safely increase your ad budget and spend more money on Facebook to generate more sales appointments? High ticket business edition. So the first thing I'm going to look at is your ROAS, your return on ad spend. And your ROAS needs to be a minimum of 250%, which means if you're not generating at least $2.50 for every dollar you put into ads, spending more money on ads is not going to make financial sense. And you should spend more money only after you start getting into those 250, 300, even 350% ROAS numbers. Typically, a high ticket business is going to spend about a third of its AOV on ads, which means if you're selling something for $10,000, expect to spend around $3,000 to acquire a customer, which is again about 300 ROAS. But if you have to spend $5,000 to acquire a $10,000 client, you will not be able to scale really well. And tail sign number 2 to scale is going to be your sales calendar availability, because if it's getting tapped out, your sales team is about 80 to 90% booked every time, and they're converting those leads into sales. Obviously, it's also a tail sign to start scaling. The only thing you need to make sure before you scale is to actually hire and train new closers, because let's say if you have 3 salespeople, they're 80% booked. It does not make sense to spend more money on ads, because more people that come into your funnel will not be able to book a sales call. It sounds kind of obvious, but I've seen it happen so many times in businesses. I'm already sick of it. So if your sales team is packed, before you go on and spend more money on ads, make sure to go out there, find new people, add them into your sales team, and properly train them before you try to scale. Also, a lot of times what I see happen is you'll have 2 really well-trained salespeople, and then the manager or the business owner goes and brings in some rookie sales reps, and they're obviously not trained up to the KPI, and the business starts spending more money on ads to generate more leads, and the sales rate suddenly goes down. Well, obviously it does, because those new sales reps that you've brought in are still rookies. So also don't expect the same ROAS as before, because ultimately now half of your sales team are rookies.